Well, good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day you're watching this. Yeah. Thinking about getting up and getting moving here. It's actually early for once. Usually I'm waking up by now. The wife and kid took Grandma to the doctor today for another checkup, and hopefully that all goes good. So I guess it's just you guys and me today. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but we're going to go find something to do. So hang in there and let's go see what kind of trouble we can get into. Alright, here we go. Instant bump on top of the freaking head. You know, why do they gotta put these buttons on hats? Son of a... Ouch. Ow. That's not the way I was starting the day off. Oh, anyway. Let's see. I must have bumped the plug. I was really surprised. Okay. I was really surprised that daughter's car here. I thought the service engine light was before the evap system. We're back to having O2 sensor code. That O2 sensor ain't that old. So, okay, well. Maybe it had something to do with the battery going dead or something. I don't know. That's the... Okay. Battery did go dead in this car while I was sitting here, so... I don't know why, but anyway, we're at the farm, so I'm going to try not to hit my head. That hurt. God, I got about a golf ball size bump on top of my head already. Okay, I haven't been outside messing with the cars. You know, the car number 2 Bonneville, the parts car now that is being the rebuilt car, has that miss. I'm going to check the plug again. Had a friend of mine last night, he says, hey, remember that miss on my truck? So it ended up being the fuel injector plug. So I went out, messed with that, unhooked it. It ran like shit, just like it was. Hooked it back up. It got better for a little bit. Then started running like poop. Then he also suggested, he says, you know, you got the Grand Prix out there. Like, yeah, so to rule out the electronics, actually I think I'm going to pull the plug and do a compression test quick on that cylinder. And, but it don't make any sense because going down the, once it gets off idle, it runs like a striped ass. So I'm going to swap out the coil packs in the ignition module from the Grand Prix into the Bonneville. They're the same thing, and see if the mist goes away. If the mist goes away, then I know I need an electronic module because I already transferred coils around and the daughter's car is just running great. So it ain't a coil issue. It's something else. And it's only cylinder number 3. I cannot move the mist off of number 3. So if I do change the coil pack and it's still doing it, then I'm going to start thinking I've got a bad injector. So, yeah, that's what I'm working on. I just come in and cool off. I didn't think it was supposed to get warm, but it's starting to get there. So, anyhow, I guess we'll be back. And I guess he finally stopped shedding. I brushed him a few times and I don't have fur balls running around the shop right now. Alright, well, I'm going to cool off here and see what we can do next. I tell you, people. I tell you. Oh, let's see what you guys are seeing. I don't even know what you're seeing. It's another one of those days. Let's see. Yep, okay. I'm going to take this black marker and mark my plug wires. 6, 3, 2, 5. That should be 4 and 1. Now, if anybody noticed yesterday's video, I called the 6-cylinder with having a number 7 cylinder. I caught that when I watched the video later. As you guys know, I'm going to be a grandpa here soon, and some gals of the family want to throw a baby shower. Well, my daughter, she's kind of a little independent, you know, and she just, okay, yeah, okay, that one there, kind of, oh, she can be bullheaded too, guys. Anyway, this weekend they're having a baby shower for her. Okay, no big deal. That's good. And the gal that was hosting it didn't tell my wife or nothing. I guess she sent a text, I guess. Backed out today. Because they're mad because daughter won't allow it to be at the end of September. Well, I guess it just don't make a lot of sense why people can't just, you know, it's my daughter, it's her pregnancy, it's her thing. Why they can't listen to her and do it on her own terms, I don't know, but anyway, so yeah, that's going to have another family feud. So wife and I are going to be taking off on a trip, which now, since they backed out on doing anything for the baby shower, that means wife and I get to supply the food now, which is a cost that we didn't count on, but and it's a little late because people already made travel arrangements and plans to come, so I guess we'll go ahead and do it and just go from there, I guess. You know, this is also coming from the same side of the family that said they would help us on the house, and yep, we haven't seen nothing. So yeah, if it ain't one thing, it's a freaking another. Can't understand why they're having a cow about just because, you know, I see my daughter's point of view, that she would like to know if they don't get everything they need, what they're going to need there before the baby's born. And actually the wife and I are thinking she's been pregnant longer than what she had, what they think. So we're thinking the baby's going to be coming pretty soon. So I guess. So anyway, I had to take some aspirins today. I got hurting, guys. So I took some aspirin, sat down, and had to let these motors cool off anyway. So we're going to take a non-working coil pack and put it on one that's acting up. And I guess it's been a while since I took you guys along on work. Not ready to get the fan out. This little tree, when we planted that, and when I built the shop here, I kind of had a feeling it was going to end up being a good tree. How many bolts do they got holding this bitch on? Should just be the two, I hope. I've never taken a coil pack or electronic module off one of these yet. I guess I'd rather change the this ignition stuff around before doing a compression test. I'd rather figure out it's electrical instead of in the motor. But if we have to turn the motor, you know we'll do that. Don't worry, I just grab and go. And seeing how this is put on, that one's been leaking oil. I wonder if it could just be a oil leak connection too. Come on. So close. Ah, sneaky bastards. Okay, that's the one. So this video gets a little long. I'm sorry, guys. Now, there was a little bit of breeze. It'd be perfect out here. So yeah, I even sent a message to the gal's husband saying, since I didn't have her phone, I said thanks. You know, money's tight for us, but we'll go ahead and pay for it. I mean, thought they became okay with it. Really? This is, maybe it would have been easier just to pull the plug. I guess this is a learning curve for me, so I know what I gotta do. I can get one, we'll get one out of a junkyard, because boy, these things are not cheap. Well, anyway. Miraculously, that is just not far enough on the one away. I just had to study it for a second. Boy. Okay. Let's see how that works now. Let's see where the water pump is. What a pain in the ass to get to. Alright, well, the reverse is going to go. I guess I don't want a 3-hour video here, so I'll get this one installed in there and I'll bring you back when we start up. Okay. Got the coil already switched. I guess let's see what happens. I got the ignition stuff switched, so. side. I think she come up on RPMs, didn't it? For a little bit and see if the code comes back, see if it went away. It's jumping, ain't it? I got a feeling we got a bad injector. So, alright, well, I guess. Okay, the parts Bonneville now has, it was picking up a random misfire, and now I've taken the coil pack, the ignition stuff out of this, put it in the Bonneville. It's now moved from cylinder number 3 misfire to number 4. So before I start the Grand Prix, I'm going to scan this, because they had a service engine light on, see what the heck that was first. On this car it said it only had an O2 sensor not working. Wires are on the same way, 1, 4, 5, 2, 3, and 6. But now it says it's missing on number 4 here. Well, we'll let the Grand Prix run, see if it gets a misfire on number 3. If that car comes up with no misfires, I'm wondering what's going on with this car here. At least the motor's running decent. I mean, it's not going flop, 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 flop like it was before. Alright. Okay, for you that are keeping up with this is not making any sense. I just took that car for a 2-mile drive. Started out good, got back here, motor's back to jumping around. We had a misfire on cylinder number 3. It has now gone from number 3 to number 4 by changing the coil pack. Kind of says we got a ignition problem, ignition module problem. But this is the ignition module and coil packs from the Bonneville. This thing ran for 15 minutes, never threw a misfire code. So the Grand Prix is okay. It runs and runs like it's supposed to. This thing, motor's back to flopping around. And there you see it. It has now moved from cylinder number 3 to cylinder number 4. And right there it is. I mean, the wire looks good, everything. I mean, it's snapped on. But number 3 up here, right there was the one that giving us fits. Now we got a misfire on number 4. Now, how could that change? It shouldn't have changed. I mean, just changing the coil pack, I changed where the misfire is. What am I missing, guys? What am I missing? That just kind of left me going, huh? Took from a non-working car, put in the one that was acting up, ran okay for a few seconds. Well, you see me start it. It ran okay, and then it moved the misfire in that car, Bonneville number 2, to cylinder number 4, and the Grand Prix never registered a misfire. So I'm starting to wonder if I got a computer issue. How could a misfire change? Because when I first started that car, after putting the Grand Prix module and coils in, it detected a random misfire. It couldn't find it. And when I finally found it, it pinpointed cylinder number 4. That just totally lost me, because if it was an electrical issue, you would have thought it would have showed up on the Grand Prix, but the Grand Prix, no misfires. All it's got is an O2 sensor, and I gotta remember which fuse it is so I can get in and see what's going on with the ABS on this. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. But I just don't understand what's happening here. Grand Prix still running just fine like it's supposed to, and that one there's acting up. Oh, and then to bring more up to you on Bonneville number 1, the daughter's car, I rode home with Squirrel yesterday. You know, the passenger side of that AC is ice freaking cold. Driver's side's lukewarm. And it does not have the dual climate controls in it, but it's acting like it's got the dual climate control in it. So I gotta figure out why the driver's side of that vent is not working like it's supposed to. This is where I wish I had a big 60 by 100 Morton building with a couple of racks and that, so I could just park these cars where they need to be and walk away from them for a little bit. And you know, sometimes people think when I'm sitting, I just sit and stare off into space. I just think I'm just spacing out. But sometimes, you know, I'm thinking, like, when I'm building something, I gotta sit there thinking. I get in the zone and I start thinking. I'm like, oh yeah, da 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 da. And that's what I was kind of hoping to do when I was talking to you guys. Talk this out and understand why that would change. The only other thing that controls timing is the computer. And I thought maybe that connector would have been soaked with oil, and that's what I thought maybe I'm fighting. It's just not getting a good connection. But that don't seem to be the case. Thought I was on to something here. So now we've moved the misfire from number 3 to number 4. Directly across the engine. So I'm getting low on gas unless I'm fighting dirty gas, but then you would think it would act up on all cylinders. Yeah, I'm more of an old school mechanic. The old distributors that either worked or it didn't, not this computer stuff, but I've learned on this stuff. But this has just baffled me right now. So, alright, well, yeah. Okay, I kind of cheated a little bit. I didn't. But after reading it, it made sense. Think I know what's going on. Okay, let's review the details. At first I said, after I put that back together, had a random misfire. It wouldn't detect which cylinder. And the next thing you know, it smoothed out, then it started misfiring again. And oops, sorry. I got thinking about it. You know, these cell phones help, but you know, once in a while you just kind of need a duh moment. There's one other thing that controls spark on these cars. And guess what that is? Think about it, people. What else do you think would control the spark on these cars? Crankshaft position sensor. Because I started out with a random miss, and on those crankshaft position sensors I've seen where they've got little flakes of metal on them and they short out. So by changing out the coil on that, when I tugged on the wire, maybe it pulled, I don't know. It shouldn't have, but maybe it did, and that's why the miss started out as a random miss. It couldn't find it, then it finally settled on cylinder number 4. And the way the car was, and that, and the way it was taken care of, it won't surprise me if we put a new crankshaft position sensor in and the problem goes away. One of those things, when you don't work with it all the time, you kind of forget it, but yeah, so I'm thinking it's a crankshaft position sensor. If not, it's just a cheap insurance piece, because on her old Bonneville, her 98, she had that she wrecked, it started throwing a random misfire code, and so I replaced it, and the car ran good, and then she crashed it. So, one of those things. But anyway, I forgot my dang water, and like I said, I'm trying to eat less, and I've been out here almost done too much, so I'm going to go find something to drink and eat, and I doubt I'll come back to the farm today. If I do, I don't know what for, but I gotta put the mower away, get the Camaro close, and get it close to where if I have to pump up the tire to move it, I don't have to hike with the air pig. So anyway, I got one yard mowed too. Gotta hit the south yard, and Buddy got back to me. He said he's coming sometime this week to mow down out back there and get that all knocked down again, and maybe I'll get one of the push mowers going and turn Roger loose over around the bushes and have him go around and hit the weeds and get her all mowed up, because I'm kind of thinking about having a little family get together, family, friends, something, I don't know, just something here in a couple weeks. Just the goal is going to clean out that building there, right there, right there, right there, and we got a bunch of burned stuff in there that'll be coming out. So anyway, guys, y'all take care, have a good one, and we'll see what happens with the Bonneville next. So maybe tomorrow I'll put that in the shop and get it up on jack stand so I can start seeing what's going on with that power steering, and maybe get that crankshaft position sensor, take that out and see if it's dirty, crappy, whatever. So now, guys, I'm just trying to keep going and keep life happening, and just trying to keep busy. So catch y'all later. You have a good one. Stay safe, and continue to click that subscribe button and join the channel and see what we can do. Talk to you later.